Alpine's Hemp Company. Gummies, seltzers, syrups, and more. Treat yourself to the best.
I'm Ralph Mangum for the WHKY News with our weekly look back at some of the top crime stories we had for you during the past week. That's the week of March 10th through March 14th. Let's get to it.
A suspect arrested by the Newton Police Department on Friday faces a sex offense charge. He was placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility following his arrest. A court date is scheduled for later this month. 43-year-old Michael Leon Bryant of Hickory was arrested Friday by Newton police and charged with felony second-degree forcible sex offense. Bryant was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $75,000 bond. His first district court date was scheduled on Friday. His next appearance in a Catawba County courtroom is set for March 20th.
28-year-old Alicia Faye Tao of Taylorsville was arrested by Alexander County Sheriff's officers Wednesday and charged with assault and multiple counts of vandalism with damage to personal property. In addition, she was served with a 2022 Catawba County warrant for felony malicious conduct by a prisoner. At last report, Tao remained in the Alexander County Detention Center under a $17,500 bond. An Alexander County District Court appearance was set for April 7th with a Superior Court date coming up on May 5th in Newton. The Morganton Department of Public Safety conducted multiple operations focusing on the Super 8 motel. These operations were led by the Criminal Investigations and Special Operations Divisions. Multiple individuals were arrested and cited, along with numerous drugs, guns, and paraphernalia being seized. Since September of 2024, at the Super 8 motel at 2402 South Sterling Street, officers have received numerous complaints of criminal and drug activity. Public safety officers have responded to nearly 80 calls at this location since Hurricane Helene. This motel has been accepting FEMA vouchers for temporary housing. These vouchers are set to end in May of this year, and calls at this location continue to rise. Over the course of the operation, multiple Morganton residents were arrested and charged with various drug crimes, including possession of Schedule II and VI controlled substances. The following drugs were also seized: methamphetamine, fentanyl, Xanax, marijuana, cocaine, and Suboxone. 2 handguns were also seized. I'm Ariana Mack for WHKY.
56-year-old Gregory Sean Kane and his son, 27-year-old Spencer Sean Kane, both from the same address on Caldwell Road in Newton, have been arrested by Catawba County Sheriff's officers. They were each charged with trafficking opium or heroin by possession and by transportation, trafficking opium or heroin by maintaining a vehicle for a controlled substance, possession with intent to sell or deliver a Schedule IV controlled substance, conspiracy to traffic opium or heroin, felony possession of cocaine, possession with intent to sell or deliver a Schedule II controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. On Monday, officers stopped a vehicle driven by Gregory Kane on NC Highway 16 South in Denver. The vehicle was stopped for a regulatory violation. During the stop, investigators found and seized approximately 31.5 grams of fentanyl, 362 dosage units of alprazolam, 1.6 grams of crack cocaine, 3.1 grams of powdered cocaine, drug paraphernalia, and over $9,100 in cash. Both suspects were taken to the Catawba County Detention Facility with bond for Gregory Kane set at $500,000 secured, while Spencer Kane was given a $600,000 secured bond. Father and son were due in court Tuesday in Newton. They have reportedly been transferred to Alexander County.
54-year-old Sean Christopher Blankenship of Catawba was sentenced to 10 to 17 years in prison following his conviction for attempted statutory rape of a person 15 years old or younger. The sentence was imposed Monday during Catawba County Superior Court here in Newton. The Honorable Donald R. Curitan, Superior Court judge from Mecklenburg County, imposed terms of the active sentence after Blankenship entered a guilty plea. The defendant will also be required to register as a sex offender for a period of 30 years and complete a sex offender treatment program while in prison. The offense occurred May 16th and 17th of 2024, and involved a minor female who was 13 years old at the time. The victim sent a series of text messages and made phone calls to other people, informing them that she had been sexually assaulted. During a forensic interview with the Children's Advocacy and Protection Center of Catawba County, the victim told interviewers that the defendant had been drinking and took her into a bedroom and the living room where he committed sexual acts against her. During a custodial interview, Blankenship did not deny the allegations, but claimed he did not remember what happened. The Catawba County Sheriff's Office investigated the case. They were assisted by the Children's Advocacy and Protection Center of Catawba County. Once again, a 10 to 17-year prison sentence for Sean Christopher Blankenship of Catawba. You can get more details on this case at our website, WHKY.com. Reporting from Newton for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
49-year-old Kevin Joe Turner of Shields Drive and 50-year-old Melanie D'Ambrosio Turner of Startown Road, both from Lincoln 10, have been arrested by Lincoln County Sheriff's officers after they allegedly embezzled funds from a Lincoln County charity. Kevin Turner was charged with felony embezzlement of more than $100,000, and Melanie Turner was charged with embezzlement of less than $100,000. The suspects are not related. According to detectives, board members for the nonprofit L-Town Charities filed a report with the sheriff's office after irregularities were found involving the organization's bank records. Board members received complaints from volunteers and vendors regarding non-payment for fundraising events that caused them to question the record keeping. According to detectives, the charity had one primary person who had control over the nonprofit's finances and one secondary person who had access to pay for items. Those two individuals were the president and vice president of the nonprofit. A review of bank records showed that the president of L-Town Charities made purchases using the charity's bank card to participate in online sports betting, totaling more than $300,000 over a 6-month period. Other purchases were vehicle maintenance on the vice president's personal vehicle on multiple occasions dating back to January 2024. The investigation is ongoing. Detectives say it does not appear that any other board members or anyone else associated with the charity was involved in the misuse of the finances other than the Turners. Kevin Turner was given a $10,000 secured bond, while bond for Melanie Turner was set at $5,000 secured. They were both scheduled to make first appearances in district court on March 10th. I'm Ariana Mack for WHKY.
2 Hickory teenagers have been indicted on murder charges in connection with a fatal shooting last month, and they will now be tried as adults. 17-year-old Antonio Carlos Harris Jr. and 17-year-old Andrew Jermaine Smith were each charged with 1 felony count of first-degree murder in connection with the shooting death of 22-year-old Mason Cole Pridemore. As we reported previously, Mr. Pridemore was found deceased on February 20th in a vehicle in the parking lot at a kids' early learning center on 29th Avenue Drive Northeast in Hickory. At last report, Harris and Smith were being held without bond as they awaited a bond hearing. As of this morning, they were not listed as inmates in Catawba County. Citizens in the Hickory Metro and beyond have received text messages stating that they owe money for unpaid tolls. Such messages are likely a scam. Scammers are pretending to be tolling agencies from coast to coast and sending text demanding money. The text state that the recipient has unpaid tolls and needs to pay immediately. The text might show a dollar amount for the amount allegedly owed, and it will often include a link directing the recipients to a page where they are expected to enter bank or credit card information. According to a statement released by the Federal Trade Commission, the messages are part of a phishing scam. The scammers are attempting to steal money. Individuals who click on the link provided in the scam messages could expose their personal information, including driver's license numbers and banking information. Identity theft is also a possibility. Recipients should not click on any links or respond to unexpected text. Recipients can check to see if the texts are legitimate by reaching out to the state's tolling agency using a verified phone number or website. Do not reply to any contact information in the text message. Report and delete unwanted text messages. Use the report junk option to report unwanted text. Scam messages may also be forwarded to 7726 or spam. After the messages have been reported, they should be deleted. Learn more about spotting and avoiding text scams at ftc.gov/text-scam.
A Caldwell County man is charged with multiple counts of indecent liberties and statutory rape here in Catawba County. The suspect was placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility without bond following the arrest. 30-year-old Shadow Vincent Walsh of Aranyont Lane in Granite Falls was arrested by Hickory police. He's charged with 3 counts of indecent liberties with a child, 2 counts of statutory rape of a child, 15 years old or younger, and statutory sex offense with a child, 15 years old or younger. Walsh was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under no bond following the arrest. He was placed in jail Wednesday morning as he awaited a district court date that same day.
39-year-old Shia Lohr of Highland Avenue in Hickory was arrested by Hickory police on March 7th. He was charged with misdemeanor second-degree trespassing. Lohr was arrested following an incident on February 23rd at the Walmart store on Highway 70 Southeast, where he allegedly displayed a hatchet. Upon arrival, officers located Lohr near Walmart in possession of a hatchet. HPD and the district attorney's office said Lohr's actions in displaying the hatchet did not rise to the level of a criminal offense. However, he had previously been banned from Walmart property, resulting in the trespassing charge. Lohr was taken into custody just before 4 p.m. Friday and placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility, where he's being held without bond. A first appearance in district court was scheduled Monday.
Multiple agencies from the Hickory Metro were involved in this case. 25-year-old Jaden Isaiah Garay of Weaverville, North Carolina, was sentenced to 24 years in federal prison on Thursday. That will be followed by 5 years of supervised release. In addition to the prison term imposed, Garay was ordered to pay more than $700,000 in restitution. He went on a crime spree on September 5th of 2023, according to authorities. This followed an argument with a relative. He stole a firearm and ammunition and fired at another vehicle while driving on I-26. No injuries were reported in that shooting. He later broke into a home in Mars Hill and threatened to shoot the occupant, but left the home without doing so before encountering Postal carrier Teresa Ramsey. He told Ramsey he wanted her vehicle. She agreed to comply, but tried to move the vehicle to get out when Garay shot her in the face and fled the scene. Police from multiple agencies pursued Garay on I-40, ultimately taking him into custody in Burke County after he'd spent a night in the woods. Some of the victim's injuries are permanent and she faces a lengthy recovery. Multiple agencies from the Hickory Metro, in addition to the Burke County Sheriff's Office, were involved in this case. Those agencies include the Caldwell County Sheriff's Office, Morganton Public Safety, and Catawba County Sheriff's Office. Much more on this case at WHKY.com. Reporting from Burke County for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood. A Lenore man arrested by authorities in Newton faces multiple sex offense charges. The suspect was placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility following the Thursday arrest as he awaited a first court appearance. 23-year-old, now alleged Jehovah Amir Korpening of Northwest Prospect Street in Lenore was arrested Thursday by Newton police. He's charged with 2 counts apiece of indecent liberties with a child, statutory rape of a child 15 years old or younger, and statutory sex offense with a child 15 years old or younger, along with a single count of solicit a child by computer. Korpening was jailed in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $50,000 bond as he awaited a Friday district court date. 38-year-old Joshua Philip Brooks of Zeb Haynes Road in Maiden was arrested on charges filed in Catawba County. He's charged with felony financial card fraud, misdemeanor larceny, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Brooks was placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility Friday morning under $8,000 bond. District court dates were scheduled for Friday and April 3rd. Reporting from Hickory for WHKY News, this is Rob Eastwood.
26-year-old Desmond Tyrell Izzard of Krause 31-year-old Ontario Deshaun Lynch of Dallas and 23-year-old Jacob Lane Hampton of Lincolnton have all been arrested by Lincoln County Sheriff's deputies and officers with the U.S. Marshals Carolina Regional Fugitive Task Force. They all face multiple felony drug charges involving fentanyl. For the last several months, Lincoln County narcotics officers have targeted fentanyl dealers in the county. Undercover officers made large purchases of fentanyl and methamphetamine, seizing 40 grams of fentanyl that would have been sold throughout the county. Following their arrest, Izzard and Lynch were jailed in the Harvin A. Krause Detention Center with bond for Izzard set at $265,000 secured, while Lynch was held without bond. Hampton was placed in the Gaston County Jail under a $250,000 secured bond. Izzard will appear in a Lincoln County courtroom on April 1st, while Lynch and Hampton are both due in Lincoln County District Court on April 3rd.
Lander County Sheriff's Office, Taylorsville Police Department, and North Carolina Probation and Parole arrested 2 individuals for possession of controlled substance. 32-year-old Brandy Diane Binge of Taylorsville was charged with felony counts of trafficking fentanyl, manufacturing, selling, and delivering fentanyl, possession of cocaine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Binge was placed under a $75,000 secured bond and has a first appearance in district court on March 17th. And 43-year-old Tracy Michelle Shoemaker of Taylorsville was arrested for possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Shoemaker was placed under no bond with a first appearance in district court scheduled for March 17th. I'm Ariana Mack for WHKY.
This has been our weekly review of some of the crime stories we had for you during the week of March 10th through 14th. Look for the weekly roundup posted every Saturday on the WHKY YouTube channel. That's where you'll find all the WHKY news, including our top stories, the crime report, local sports, and community focus. I'm Ralph Mangum. Thank you for watching the WHKY News.